I'm the Executive Chairman of Complii FinTech Solutions. Next slide, please. As you said, we're a digital platform which provides an electronic centralized framework to manage AFSLs. This is very focused around the stockbroker and financial planning and advisor-centric workflow structures. This slide here talks about the size of our current client base. We're obviously recently roll-up listing December last year, so we're very new to the ASX boards at this stage, but we do have quite a significant client footprint. The highlights of this slide: we already have 90 plus stockbrokers, financial planning firms and advisory firms, AFSL holders using our platform, which is in excess of 3,500 users. The highlights of our business, we include client account creation, automated AML checking, automated record and report generating, automated end-to-end capital solutions from live client and advisor bidding. So that's one of our really highlight parts of our business, and it talks to the numbers on this slide. In the 2020 year, our clients using our capital raising tool raised in excess of $6.2 billion across their client bases using that tool. And we're really pleased to say that the March quarter so far this year, our clients have raised $3.3 billion across 679 deals. We're an end-to-end capital raising solution that creates an efficiency that is new to the industry. It connects clients with their firms in a automated, irrevocable way when doing deals. Another highlight of our business is recent acquisition, or 12 months ago now, of our e-learning CPD management tool. And in line with phase year requirements, all our advisors through that Caddy tool, once they sign on for that solution, have access to do all of their CPD training through that, which is obviously continual professional development. Next slide, please. So we're positioned well for growth, and that's one of the things that has been a highlight, not just since relisting, but on a year-on-year basis. Our client base has grown significantly over the last 12 or 18 months as we've continued to roll out what is our modular design system. We have extensive functionality and workflow capabilities for advisors. It is all very broker and advisor-centric, significant automated workflows, which for our firms, it improves their cost-effective processing of business and their ability to focus on generating revenue. We're a very flexible and open API type system, and we are app-enabled. Where we see a lot of our sales growth, obviously our existing clients take portions of our business, portions of our modular design. They'll continue to roll those out as we continue to enhance and develop that. We continue to grow with new clients, but also with our existing clients, and the opportunities to further enhance the performance and efficiency attained throughout our firms. Our business is very much a software as a service type business. It's based around license activity, primarily license activity, so recurring revenue, and that revenue has grown year on year from 2020 financial year of 1.3 to 2021 first 3 quarters of around about 1.5. So we're significantly ahead of revenues from the previous year, and obviously being a license revenue business, they're recurring revenue lines that will continue on over the year. Our business is also, because it's cutting edge in the space that we support, is all completely eligible. A lot of it is eligible for R&D as the investment continues to go into efficiency of this platform and the growth of that capability. We have a terribly strong pipeline of clients. The great thing about compliance software is that it might not be sexy, but it's continuing to be a growth area and a hot point for most of our customers and most of the financial services industry in general. Next slide, please. To that end, we announced recently our signing of an agreement with AUSIEX. AUSIEX was formerly a wholly owned business of Commonwealth Bank. It's been acquired by a Japanese investment bank, Nomura. So we're very pleased with that rollout. They've become quite a significant client to us, but it's testament to the software and the platform that we provide and our being at the forefront of compliance and risk solutions here in Australia for the financial services industry in Australia. We're very pleased with the AUSIEX signing. We believe it validates our technology and confirms Complii status as a leading fintech provider to the AFSLs. We also believe that as a result of the work we've done with AUSIEX and that signing and the growth and development of our software, that it opens the door to other major banks, both domestic and internationally, to using a lot of our products here in Australia. We look forward to the growth in those areas. Next slide, please. I won't sit too long on this. This just really is a slide demonstrating just the breadth and depth of our client base, right from smaller firms, corporate firms, to mid-tier, larger broking firms, through to banks, etc. We expect that next time we show these slides, we'll probably have 2 slides of these, and hopefully with some bigger names in that process. But again, these are all clients that are currently existing clients of Complii and continue to grow and develop with us. Next slide, please. So for the financial advice sector, we have a number of modules on how our business is put together. We obviously, we've already increased regulatory obligations in the industry. A lot of our growth is as a result of the changes in the industry. There is not going to be a let up in the regulatory framework changes and the ongoing compliance. Where we fit neatly into that process is that we build technology and provide platform solutions to ensure that broker-dealer firms, AFSL holding firms, advisors start from a premise of compliance. So everything they do on a daily basis, they open up their desktop, it's compliance. It's not post-compliance, it is pre-compliance. Obviously, part of the growth in that business model and our business model is that as ASIC and APRA and ASX continue to roll out changes, then obviously we'll continue to grow and develop those products to allow for that to be monitored and controlled. So it's a double-edged sword. The more there is compliance being rolled out, the more we build a platform for it and have the ability to provide solutions, and we'll continue to be at the forefront of those solutions. Next slide, please. This slide just talks a little bit to the breadth of the product offering. What we've tried to do over the last few years, and will continue to do, is that there's a number of requirements that broking firms and AFSL holding firms have, and they range right across compliance. They range across account opening. CAD is our training and education platform. Boom is for the financial planning segment. So what we aim to do as a business is continue to look at businesses that, dare I say, subscale, that fit into our business model and our offering, and try to, dare I say, take advantage of acquisition opportunities that will further enhance the desktop presence of Complii within our firms and further enhance our revenue opportunity with those firms. And to date, as I say, you can see there, we've got our compliance tools, our advisor bid tool, the online portfolio, etc. And we'll continue to add to those as the opportunities arise. So we see Complii not only as a compliance software as a service license model, we also see ourselves as an aggregator in the marketplace and an opportunistic acquirer of subscale organisations that fit with our business model and that can be rolled out to our existing client base. Having developed that significant footprint of a client base allows us that luxury to be able to put additional things on the desktop that are on a user pays basis very readily and very availably in a flexible technology way. Next slide, please. So the growth strategy, as I was just talking to you there, is continue to grow and engage with our customer base. That's something we've been very, very strong with over the last 12 or 18 months. But given our recent listing in December, we now have the capital support to be able to further enhance and develop our product more quickly. and to offer greater services and capabilities across the segments that we court. That's both domestically, but we also see opportunities internationally in the future. We're not rushing to do that. Obviously, COVID disallows us doing any travel, but the reality is we have a number of clients who have international presence and in some cases international owners. We see them as a foray into being able to access other markets. Our product is universal for Westminster law systems. So largely places like Canada and the UK, for example, and South Africa run very similar systems to what we do from a compliance point of view. So we see opportunities there with our existing clients. There's obviously organic growth via cross-module sales. This is where I talk about, most of our clients take, somewhere between 1 and 3 of our 6 to 9 modules. So we see some organic growth in our existing clients, and we also see significant growth in opportunities that we don't already have using us. And in corporate growth, as I said, acquisitions of complementary technology and integrated services. We focus a lot of time on that space. There is, lots of different technology providers that are, struggling to have attraction. We have the client base and the footprint. We also have the technology capability to deliver those in a more efficient way. So we see acquisitions as a significant growth opportunity for us. Next slide, please. So there's my contact information, but I'll talk a little bit about some of the more interesting things that are not in the presentation. One of the key things that we're very excited about in our platform is our corporate bid product. The way that operates is that all of our firms, when doing their corporate raises, and those of you who are investors or advisors, probably been touched by Complii in some way, shape or form. We see this as a huge growth area for our business. With 90 plus firms operating in corporate activities all day, raising funds, raising capital, listing events, etc. We see that corporate capability and that corporate highway capability as a way of creating a dare I say, a market within a market, where we have organisations who raise funds and bring corporate deals to the table, and we have other firms who are acquirers and advisors and investors or acquirers of those capabilities. We see this opportunity to and grow a network and develop that network where those deals can be shared across our organisations. It becomes a one-stop shop where investors can sign on or advisors can sign on in the morning and see all live deals that are taking place in the marketplace at any given time within our client base. As per one of the earlier slides, just over the last 15 months to March this year, our client base raised nearly 10 billion across that network in individual firms. We'd like to see that being, in line with ASIC's ongoing rule changes. We'd like to see a little bit more of that being cross-pollinated across our platform. We have created a technology platform to allow for that to take place, which is, ongoing development, but in its trial phases right now. The competitor analysis, we've only got a small amount of time, but I do want to talk a little bit about our competitive landscape. One of the questions I get asked by investors quite regularly is, who else does what you do? The interesting answer to that question is we have a fairly unique set of toolkits that combined provide a desktop solution, a completely compliant, a client efficient desktop that nobody actually brings all those pieces together at the moment. Most firms provide bits of those, or they have little component parts of those, but we actually bring that compliant network into one single place. Where we really see ourselves and the vision for this company is around being that safe set of hands. You have, the ASX provides market, a market to trade in. Iris, for example, provides market data and distribution for its customer base. We want to be seen as the safe set of hands that starts with compliance and ends with compliance, and is universal across the industry. Bringing back trust to the industry, bringing back trust to the client base, and starting on a premise of compliance first, transaction second. That's who we want to be, and we'll continue to enhance and develop that way. So We're running out of time now, so thank you everyone for this opportunity to talk about our business. My contact details are at the bottom of the screen, as is Alison Sarich, our Managing Director. I'm happy to field any questions at any time. Look forward to those, and look forward to the next opportunity to update on our business as we continue to grow it out over the coming months.